Senator Santorum, today you said Governor Romney is guilty of distorting your record, as well as of, quote, lies and hypocrisy. You said this behavior is classic Romney, and no one's holding him accountable. So the same question that Kelly asked, this time to you. Should these barbed personal attacks against fellow Republicans be abandoned by the candidates?
Look, I've run a very strong and positive campaign. My ads have been positive. The only ad I put up that is contrasts myself with the other candidates and does so in a way talking about issues. Governor Romney's super PAC has put an ad out there suggesting that I voted to allow felons to be able to vote from prison because they said I'm allowing felons to vote, and they put a person of
crimes should be allowed to vote again. That's my own view.
It's very
last thing.
Yeah, it's very interesting you should say that, Governor Romney, because in the state of Massachusetts, when you were governor, the law was that not only could violent felons vote after they exhausted their sentences, but they could vote while they were on probation and parole, which was a more liberal position than I took when I voted for the bill in the Congress. So, if in fact, let me finish. If in fact you felt so passionately about this that you are now going to go out and have somebody criticize me for restoring voting rights to people who have exhausted their sentence and served their time and paid their debt to society, then why didn't you try to change that when you were governor of Massachusetts?
Well, first of all, as governor of Massachusetts, I had an 85% Democratic legislature. This is something we discussed. My view was people who committed violent crimes should not be able to vote, even upon coming out of office. Secondly, I did not have a super PAC run an ad against you. That's, as you know, that's something which is completely out of the control of candidates. One of the things I decry in the current financial system that gets behind campaigns is that we have these voting requirements that put these super PACs in power that say things we disagree with. And I'll tell you, there have been some attacks on me. I mean, that have just been outrageous and completely inaccurate, and have been shown to be inaccurate. That's the nature of the process. I hope it ends. I hope it ends.
We have a long debate.
We have a lot of questions. What the governor said is he didn't propose anything to change that law, and what he's saying is that the ad that says that I said that, or I voted to allow felons to vote, is inaccurate, and it is inaccurate. And if I had something in the super PAC that was supporting me that was inaccurate, I would go out and say, stop it. That you're representing me and you're representing my campaign. Stop it.
Governor Perry, go ahead.
Here's the issue, and this is a great example of the insiders that are having the conversation up here. And the fact of the matter is this: Washington, D.C. needs to leave the states alone and let the states decide these issues, and don't do it from Washington, D.C. That's what needs to happen.
Governor Romney, any response to either one of those?
I agree with Governor Perry. This should be decided at the state level. I also agree with Congressman Paul that a number of the positions that were described that Senator Santorum took were positions that were very different than the conservative views that he would suggest today. I think the decision on voting against a right to work was a bad decision, and was made, as he indicated, based upon the reflection of the people of the state he was representing. It's politics, if you will. In my state, I had a state that said that they did not favor my position of not letting felons who had committed violent crimes vote. I think it's a position that's reasonable, and that's the position I've got.
We may have to rethink that whole Bell thing. But we're going to take a break right here.